talked about this a little bit earlier, but I definitely want to kind of focus in on it a little bit more, because this is a sensation. Birth is a sensation. I don't even like saying labor pains. I like to say labor sensations, because everybody experiences them a little bit differently. And when we're dealing with something that has so many senses, we definitely want to activate them in a certain way. So even in your home, or the birthing center or the hospital, you can create that space. Thinking about the sounds that you hear, not just the music that is playing, but the positive affirmations or words of encouragement that can be coming. I like to write those down beforehand. I want to know what my birthing person's preferences are. Some people don't like to hear that everything's going to be okay, because they don't believe that yet. But they do like to hear, trust your body, have confidence in your body. Your body knows how to give birth. I'm open. My baby and I are working together. So you can build these affirmations beforehand, so it doesn't have to be an improv situation where you're trying to come up with positive things to say to yourself. In regards to sight, some people are really visually stimulated and they need some motivation. One thing that's very helpful for some is to have an ultrasound picture of the baby, or to create a sacred altar or space with those things that bring you grounding, or, a feeling of release within that moment, whether that's nature. Some people like crystals, some people like lights. Some people really like to have other family members. I had someone who was really connected to their grandmother who had passed on, and they wanted to make sure that their grandmother's picture was in the birthing room with them. So these are all things that you can bring in to stimulate your sight. Touch, we just talked about a lot with the different massage techniques and the different clothes that you have on, fabrics, whether you're going to be hot or cold, being able to remove those items quickly. All of those things are really helpful in terms of helping you cope. These are all ways that help you kind of distract from the sensations that can become overwhelming. We talked about food earlier, so that's taste, and also water is taste, staying hydrated, taking a few sips here and there as you progress through the labor. I know for a while there, people were saying, oh, you can't eat in labor, you can't drink in labor, but that is not necessarily true. You may not have the desire to, but we want to keep you hydrated. We want to keep your energy going, because we never know how long you're going to be on this journey of birth. And so that water, the electrolytes, I didn't mention broth earlier. If you're meal prepping and you can make a broth to bring with you, that's good calories and good energy that can be in there, and even some smoothies. I love avocado, so I'll slice up some avocado with some salt and olive oil on it and have that as a snack with some good fats in there for you. And it can just be a great way to satiate and help you go through the long haul, because a lot of times we get stuck in birth and we're just tired. We've come to the end. It's been a long journey. And so if we're able to keep our energy up and our nutrition up, we're able to last longer through that whole process. And then smells. I'm big on smells. I said that earlier, but I love to bring an oil diffuser, because you can't really burn, candles or scented candles, but an oil diffuser where you can put essential oils into it. One trick that I learned early on in birth, because birth does have a particular smell, and we can keep the room fresh. So if you just have a washcloth and you wet it and put a few drops of essential oil on it, you can walk around the room and freshen the room. And that will help people. And it's nothing that, you have to tell anybody, but you just put a little bit on there, and it can rejuvenate someone if they're starting to get tired. You put a little bergamot, a little citrus type scent for upliftment. You can use some chamomile or lavender or jasmine for to calm. So that's a good way to go. Any questions about the 5 senses?